Alright, let's do this thing. Hey everyone, it's nice to not see you again, because I don't see you. That's not how this works. It's a parasocial relationship. Look it up. It's good to be back. It's been a while. For those of you who don't know, my name is Wyatt Metzger. I am the host of the People Person podcast, founder of Good Time Media, and all around just great guy. You should really just sit back and get to know me. I'm currently, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm sitting in the back of my car. There's really no good explanation for why I'm back here. I just thought it would be a good place, get away. My house gets noisy during the holidays. I mean, it gets hectic. It gets wild. And it's kind of fun. I guess you don't really sit in the back of your car very often because you're usually driving your own car. So it's like a new experience, a new feeling for me, and I'm all about that. New experiences. That's what life's about. I'm not planning on editing any of this. So what you're hearing right now is the raw cut. I want to, what do I want to do? I want to fill you in on what's been going on with me, what's going to happen moving forward with this podcast, and I want to dive in a little bit with the Bachelorette Finale that happened a couple days ago, and I want to talk about the new Spider-Man movie, which is phenomenal, and it blew my mind. But first and foremost, the big question on all your minds, the big question on my mind is, where the hell have you been? What have you been doing, Wyatt? You haven't been posting. The podcast has been dead for like 2 months now. It's the longest time I've taken off the pod since its conception in, when was that, 2018? So it's like 2 straight years of just going, trying to grow this thing. Why would you stop now? Well, life gets in the way sometimes, folks. The last couple months have been very stressful. I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders, as I do what very few people in the history of the world can say. And they finished the senior seminar in college. That's what I had to do. Okay? It is kind of crazy to think about. In the history of human beings, I haven't graduated yet, so I'm kind of jumping the gun here. But in the history of human beings, there's a very small percentage of people that have graduated college. Like 0.0000001% of all humans ever have graduated college. So, suck it. That's right, suck it. I mean, I haven't graduated yet, so I'm kind of jumping the gun here. But yeah, suck it, all of you. No, seriously, it's been getting really busy for me, and I knew this semester was going to be super hard for me, academically. And going back to in-person classes for the first time in like a year and a half, kind of difficult. Newsflash, it was a weird experience. And I wanted to give it the effort and the thought that it deserved, while also realizing that this and you guys and all you lovely listeners deserve the thought and effort as well. And I couldn't do both, so I said to myself, screw it. No, it's my podcast. I can say what I want to say. Fuck it. I'm going to take a month and a half off of the podcast, and come Christmas time, come the new year, I'm going to come back full force and try something different. I want to rearrange, consider this a soft relaunch of things. The way things have been done in the past, no more. No mas. I mean, mostly the same, but just a little tweak. Yeah, so what I want to do moving forward, I want to hang out with you guys more. I know all my episodes in the past, am I at 70-something? 72 maybe? They've all just been interviews. It's just me talking with someone else. And that's the point of the podcast. That still is the point of the podcast moving forward. It's the People Person podcast. I enjoy having other people on, learning about them. I basically treat each episode as an origin story for someone else. Some cool person that I find on the internet that I want to learn more about. It's been a lot of people in the Bachelor world, because I've had cool connections there. It's been musicians. It's been my friends. It's been just a weird cast of people, and I want to keep it that way. I definitely want to. I'm going to have an interview every single episode, besides this one. This is just me and you hanging out as best friends. I do want to continue that moving forward, but what I'm thinking, and I would love input, reach out to me, let me know what you think. I want to start just kind of ranting to you guys about life, catching up, answer questions. I want you to get to know me more. I want to get to know you more, because that's the fun part for me. I enjoy meeting people. I'm a people person. It's the podcast. It's the name. Look at that. It's almost like I know what I'm doing here. I want to talk to you more about my life, open up a little more, let you know, give you an insight into my world. So I think that's what's going to happen moving forward, is I'm going to start each episode of like, hey guys, this is what the week in my life has been like. This is what's going on. This is what I'm struggling with. This is what I'm dealing with. This is some cool shit that's going on in my life. Whatever. I don't know. Kind of like this. I'm sitting in the backseat of my car right now just talking to a camera that's propped up on my dashboard. That's my life right now. It's Christmas Eve. I gotta go eat a lot of food in like 2 hours, and I'm stoked about it. I'm very stoked. I'm gonna watch movies, probably gonna get a little drunk. That's Christmas Eve. I'm gonna celebrate. It's gonna be awesome. I'm super excited. But anyways, I wanted to update you. That's what life's been like. School got hard, but moving forward, you guys are my priority number one. Numero uno. I love you guys, and I can't wait to show you what's coming up next. Got a lot of fun stuff planned that I can't even talk about right now. I gotta be hush-hush about it, but it's gonna be fantastic. But again, I want input. I want to know what you guys are thinking, what you guys want, what questions you have, what you want to know about me. I want to make this a little bit more like you and I just hanging out, chilling in the backseat of a car. This is a great car, by the way. Pontiac Grand Am 2004. Any Pontiac haters, hit the road. It's a fire car, and any disrespect will not be tolerated. This is a place of love. This is a bubble of positivity, and if you don't like my car, you can get out of it right now. You can leave. The doors are locked, but you can find a way out. I don't know. Figure it out. But yeah, let's see what else I want to talk about before I get into Bachelor, Spider-Man. Oh yeah, so school. So I finished my senior seminar, which is it's called a bunch of different things at other schools. Capstone project, final whatever requirement, whatever it is. I still have some classes to take in the spring. I'm going to graduate in the spring. Fingers crossed. But I finished my final project for school, and I'm a communication major. Study communication. I know how to speak. Sometimes. Not really. What does that mean? What does communication mean as a major? It's a great question that you're asking, metaphorically. But for me, I didn't know going into it what it was. It was like, this is the easiest path for me to graduate and continue to do good time. That was my thought process early on. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to find the easiest path and continue to do this stuff, which I love doing this stuff, and I'm going to continue to do it for the rest of my life, hopefully. But as I realized moving through my academic career, through COVID and everything, I was like, damn, this is actually like some interesting stuff. Like it doesn't feel like it's an academic like learning, if that makes no sense. Again, no edit, so I'm going to keep this going. It didn't feel like this was like, oh, this is moving me forward in the academic world. It felt like this is moving me forward in like my life. I know how to communicate better, especially stuff with like interpersonal relationships. How can I communicate better with my friends, with my partners, with my family? How can I do that? And I actually feel like I learned a little something, which is crazy. You learn stuff in school, folks. Who would have thought? Not me. Not I. But I did. And that was the cool part. I felt like majoring communication was like, I'm bettering myself, not the student of Wyatt. I'm bettering the person, Wyatt. Which was really cool, because like, that wasn't my plan going into it. God has a different plan, and it worked out. It kind of worked out in this sense. And is that going to help me make a lot of money in the future? Probably not. Be honest, probably not. Not going to do much financially for me. But I feel like a better person, and that's what it's all about. Me feeling good about myself. That was a joke. That's not what life's about. Anyways, my final project, which is hilarious to think about, for my entire academic career. I've been going to school since I was 5. My entire academic career is summed up by a 20-page paper that I wrote about the show Black Mirror. The TV show. It's crazy to think about. That's like if a doctor was asked, okay, you need to pass this final thing, and then you become a doctor, and you can, like, operate on people. And then they gave them the game, like, Operation. And it was like, play this for a little bit. Like, that's what it felt like. Was it really like that? No. It was like, actually pretty cool to dive in the show and everything and learn more about it. But that's what I've been up to. Got it in. Got it turned in. Got an A. Shout out Professor Howley. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're listening, enjoy sabbatical. But yeah, that's what I've been working on the past month and a half. And now we're here. And now I'm ready to hit the ground running, and I'm so excited for what's coming up. Got a lot of cool interviews that I plan on doing, and it's going to be magical moving forward. And it's going to be, so make sure you're subscribed. I don't know why I'm saying this like 11 minutes in, but make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you listen, because you won't regret it. But now, let's get into the meat of the things. Is that a thing? The meat? Let's dig our teeth into the meat of what I want to talk about. Number one, and cover two. This is going to be a short episode. It's going to be short. It's just me talking to you guys. This is what's going to be like the beginning of each episode moving forward. And then after this, we'd have an interview. This week, no interview. It's Christmas. Enjoy the holidays. Get out of here. Go spend time with family. Give them a big ol' hug. And say, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, I love you. Say that right now. Pause. Go do that. Now, Bachelorette Finale occurred on Tuesday. This past Tuesday. This is probably coming out on Sunday. Or Monday. So spoiler warning, I guess, for all that. Michelle, our lovely Bachelorette Michelle, you chose Nate, and honestly, I am very happy for you guys. I'm watching that finale in the after the final rose. I was like, holy crap, these people are in love. They're so in love, it hurts me to watch. I was like, oh my gosh, I love these people so much, and their families love each other. This is amazing. It's amazing to watch. They're a beautiful couple. Oh my gosh, to put them on billboards, put them on magazines. They're beautiful. I'm so happy for them. I think Nate is one of the realest contestants I've seen on the show, because most people on the show say, like, I don't really give a fuck about the show. I'm here for the Bachelorette. I'm here for this one woman. It's like, no, you don't. You're lying. You're here for the show, and there just happens to be a beautiful woman that you're trying to get fall in love with you. Nate, on the other hand, it honestly seemed like he's like, I don't give a fuck about the Bachelorette. Not like the Bachelorette Michelle, the Bachelorette, the production, the show. And I was like, that was kind of refreshing. And I think a lot of people were turned off by that. Even the production team, like the editing team. I think they were like, this guy doesn't care. There's no integrity for the show. He's just like doing his own thing, saying his own thing. People turned off by that. And I think that's where, because you see some people like kind of hating on Nate. It's like, what? No, he knew what he wanted. And it was Michelle. It wasn't a TV show. It wasn't followers. So like, I don't know. For me, that was refreshing. Obviously, there's a whole other side of it. I'm going to get to talk about Brandon in a second. But that was refreshing for me, and that's where I think the not hatred, but like kind of condescending tone towards Nate has come from. And I think the show itself was kind of leaning into that because of his distaste or unconcernment. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You know what I'm saying about the show. He was like, I'm here for Michelle, that's it. Which I appreciate a lot. And I wish them nothing but the best, love and happiness forever. Obviously, the odds are stacked against them with the way past couples have gone. But, got a good feeling about it. So we'll see what happens there. Now, Brandon. Oh boy, Brandon, that was tough. That was tough to watch, my guy. It really was. And, I don't know, my thoughts about Brandon going in, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this guy. It's just like, he said everything right. He always said the right thing, but it felt like it was like almost too much. It felt like he was just reading off Valentine's Day cards 24/7, which, like, I guess, yeah, show your affection, show your love, words of affirmation, all that stuff, but it was like, alright, come on, man. let's have a. It didn't feel real. Like, not that it didn't feel real. He obviously, like, I'm gonna get into. He very much cared for Michelle. It was just like, there's so much lovey-dovey, fluffy words here that's like, I want more and a little. I don't know. It's hard to put into words. I guess that's my job here, hosting the podcast. But it's hard to put into words if you understand what I'm saying. But that breakup was one of the hardest things I've ever watched. It was so difficult because you could tell he thought, for lack of a better phrase, he had it in the bag. Wink, wink, hint, hint. And in that moment when he's hugging her and he starts like, he says like, your love goes before mine. Oh, dagger to the heart. And then he's hugging her and you see him just break down. Oh, his face just warps into the sad, sad little man. My heart broke with him. I was like, Brandon, I've been there. I mean, not on the edge of engagement, but like, oh, where you gotta put someone else above you. That's a real man, and I respect you, Brandon. I respect you for that. I wish we could see more of him, maybe as the Bachelor. Because, like, I don't think I gave him a fair shot. I really don't. I think I was kind of down on him from the beginning. I was like, this dude's too good to be true. Because he said all that lovey-dovey, fluffy shit. But I was like, man, at the end, I was like, I really wish this man the best. I hope he does get the best. He deserves it. He deserves love. He deserves not more than that, because obviously he loves Michelle. Michelle's great, and Michelle had to follow her heart. That's the way the cookie crumbles. But it just happens that the cookie crumbling had to crumble Brandon's heart. I don't know where I'm going with that. You know what I mean. But yeah, after the final rose was kind of weird. I do like Caitlyn hosting, Caitlyn and Tayshia. I know it's a controversial take, but I do enjoy them hosting things. It's kind of fresh and it kind of gives a new perspective on things, especially when they're hosting the Bachelorette, when they just talk to the girl and like you can see like they get a little deeper than past hosts have done. And you kind of get a little more insight from that end, which I appreciate. I mean, bringing Clayton on to talk about old or like mean tweets that were written about him was like super weird. But obviously that's not Caitlyn's decision. That's production. That is what it is. Clayton season will be interesting. We'll talk a lot about more on that soon in episodes to come. Teaser. It's going to be great. You're going to have someone cool on. But yeah, so we'll get into more Bachelor stuff later, but that's finale. Overall, I think it was a great season. I think there were a lot of cool guys, a lot of good guys, a lot of drama, as always, but it was overall a good season. Shout out Michelle. Wish you and Nate nothing but the best. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here is the event, probably of the year, definitely of December, is Spider-Man No Way Home. Holy shit. Spoiler warning for everyone who wants to listen to this, because I have a lot to say about this movie, and to say it's the best movie I've seen this year is an understatement, but it's not the best movie I've ever seen of all time. So, it's somewhere in between those two levels. Where do I want to start with this movie? First of all, I want to give it props for meeting the highest of expectations and exceeding them, which is insane to think about, because this movie has been talked about for 18 months. More than that, maybe. And everyone said this is going to be the biggest movie ever, the biggest Spider-Man movie ever. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. The expectations were through the fucking roof. It was ridiculous. And somehow, some way, John Watts and the whole team, the whole Marvel team, said, screw your expectations. We're going to meet them, we're going to exceed them, and we're going to blow you away. And that's exactly what they did. We saw Daredevil. We saw... I'm just going to spoil everything. Did I say Daredevil? Yeah. We saw Daredevil. We saw Aunt May die. We saw all basically the Sinister Six come in. We saw Toby and Andrew on screen again. We saw the Spider-Man meme in real action. We saw an entire origin story for Peter Parker, which we wanted from the beginning with Homecoming. The origin story is the trilogy. Let me say that again. I'm going to say that again for the camera. Look me in the eye. The origin story is the trilogy. Whoa. That was the biggest well, not a criticism, but like critique. People wanted to see how Tom Holland became Peter. No. How Peter Parker became Spider-Man. Tom Holland's version. And people were like, oh, we didn't really see that. He kind of just started in Homecoming and like Civil War, all that stuff. Now you look back, based on the end of the movie, no one knows who Spider-Man is. No one knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Now, he has to become Spider-Man. Peter Parker is now... I'm not doing this justice with my words. Through the 3 movies, we saw Tom Holland's Peter Parker become Spider-Man. And now, he's left, boom, he's stuck at 0 now. That was the origin story. And now, moving forward, whatever the next movies are, whatever the next movies make of him, that's the Spider-Man we know. These 3 movies, Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home, set the stage for him moving forward. That's his origin story. Yeah, we didn't see a spider, but we don't know how he got his powers. But that's his now... That's the biggest origin story of all time. We took 3 movies for him becoming who he is. Who he should be. More comic book level Peter Parker and Spider-Man. That's crazy. They did that. Through 3 movies. And I have to imagine to think like that was their plan all along. Because I always give them the benefit of the doubt. Because they're Marvel and they don't miss. It's just insane to think about all the steps needed to take that Peter needed to take to eventually sacrifice and put Spider-Man above Peter. And he did that at the very end when he doesn't tell MJ who he really is and how they know each other. And it's just insane to think. Other small parts I want to talk about. I'll wrap up very shortly here actually. Because I got food. It's Christmas Eve. I want to go eat. Andrew Garfield might have solidified himself as the best Spider-Man in this movie. And I don't even think it's close at this point. I'm willing to die in that grave. What's the phrase? Die in that grave? Die in the cross. Oh, whoa. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. I will stand by the fact that I think Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. Because you could see, it could just be he's the best actor of the 3. In the moment, obviously it's like a fan, it's playing with the fans and like giving fans what they want when he catches MJ as she's falling. But in that moment, like you zooms in almost on Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and just seeing his face, you see like 8 years of just grief in his face in like 5 seconds. And like I've never seen someone portray that much emotion in that short of time. And like he's hilarious. Every one-liner hits. Every line he has, I'm like captivated by it. Especially the moment that stood out to me. I wrote a blog about this if you want to read about it. When he talks about what he's been up to post Amazing Spider-Man 2. Where he's kind of goes, like, he says, like, I've been in this dark place, pretty much. I stopped pulling my punches. And that was the line I was like, whoa. I need to see more of this character. I need to see what he's been up to, how dark of a place he's been to. He stopped pulling his punches, he's just out there killing people? Is he a true vigilante? Like, I need to see more of Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Will we see it again? Honestly, I'd say probably not. I'm going to say that's his last. That's a farewell to Spider-Man. And if it is, what a way to go out. What a big bang to go out. I would be shocked if we see him again. I know there's rumors of him and Tobey in another Marvel program of some kind. I'd be shocked. Honestly shocked. I think that's a great bow on the present and send him off farewell. You guys are amazing and we love you. That's my best guess, but you never know. I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think we'd see all 3 on screen at the same time, so that's incredible in and of itself. If you haven't seen the movie and you listen to this whole thing, you're an idiot. But I can't wait to go see it again. I've only seen it once, which I kind of did on purpose. I want to like soak it in and remember what I can, and then go back in like 2 weeks, see it again. So I'm excited to see that again. But anyways, that's about it. That's all I wanted to really say this week. this is the start of something new. Shout out High School Musical. Because I want to move the podcast more in this direction where I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to a camera right now, but I'm talking to you. I want to hang out with you guys before we get into the cool people I'm going to bring on with the interviews. So, with that, I wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. This is coming out after the holidays, right before New Year probably. So, all that stuff. Hope that you guys are doing well. Thank you for bearing with me through this difficult couple months where I have not been able to make as much as I want to for you guys. I enjoy doing this, and obviously I do all this for you guys. And if you guys want to support at all, we have new People Person podcast merch on our store. Should be linked in the description of everything. You can find it on Instagram. If you have any ideas of what you want, like, let me know. I will make it for you guys. I'm here to please. I'm a people pleaser. I'm a people person. I want to make you guys happy, and I love you guys. So, this is me signing off. I don't know how to end stuff. So, bye. See you guys next week. Love y'all.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.